Of course, all singers here, because you two have won prizes for it, and I once played Snegorochka, the Snow Maiden, in the school opera. And I'm now pleased indeed to welcome a man whose records I played daily when I did a radio show. He claims that versatility is a curse. Well, that's something you'll just have to bear. He's a balladeer, he's a rock and roller. Here with a recent hit, We Didn't Start the Fire, is Billy Joel. After the break. Welcome back. Billy Joel, it's good to see you. What of you I can see. Now, Mike got bad eyes. What's your excuse?
Well, you know, since we met backstage and shook hands, I seem to have developed this eye infection. So, I mean, that's...
Great. There we are. Do we want him to put them back? No. That's him. Now, We Didn't Start the Fire. That was a fascinating number. It's sort of potted history, isn't it, really?
It's taking inventory. I turned 40. I said, well, what happened? And that was, I just wrote out what happened in my lifetime. That was it. No big message. That's it.
Are you, though, a history fan because you named one of your bands after Attila the Hun?
Yeah, that goes way back. Yes, was a long time ago. Yeah, I am a big fan of history. I'm amazed, actually, at how little history people know anymore. I mean, there's a mention in the song of U2, and the year is 1960, and a lot of people said, gee, I didn't know that band was around in 1960. I said, it's the spy plane, the U2. And people go, what's a Syngman Rhee? What's a Dien Bien Phu? And
did you actually remember these things yourself, or did you need to research a lot?
I did most of it off the top of my head. Chronologically, I was off here and there a few years with Campanella and Mickey Mantle, and I went to the encyclopedia and just checked. But you don't have to be an intellectual to really know what happened in the last 40 years. I mean, it's all there.
Right. The Tiller, though, fascinated me. I mean, did it go well? I mean, did you actually go through the image of the Tiller, the Hun? Well,
this was a heavy metal band I was in. I had hair down my back. I had this long curly hair. I looked like Louis XIV.
Down or on your back?
It was on my back, and it went down, all the way down. As my daughter would say, to where she goes to the bathroom. You know, so down that far. And we were going to destroy the world with amplification. This is when I was about 19, which is the age when most guys like heavy metal. And it was me and another guy, and Attila just seemed like a good name. Attila, the Hun. We would devastate the world with power and noise and volume. I'm glad it didn't work out, because I was screaming my lungs out every night, way out of my range. And,
the fans didn't care for it?
A few friends of ours made believe they liked it, and afterwards they said, well, I'm really glad you didn't stay with that, because it wasn't that good. But it's an age and a stage guys go through. That's when they take you in the army, when you like heavy metal, because you're nuts, you're crazy.
Quasi-barbarian, I think.
Yes, that's an interesting point. It's quite true.
They take you, and then you meet a girl, and you fool around, you realize, oh, that's all it was. Oh, okay, I feel better now.
But you got 2 years in the army to do. It's very unfair. Apart from Attila, I mean, one of your first rock and roll heroes was John Lennon, wasn't it? What was so particular about him?
I first saw the Beatles on a show called The Ed Sullivan Show. This is '64. And before that, a lot of the bands seemed to have been manufactured. A lot of the rock stars, pop stars, seemed to be manufactured in Hollywood. Fabian, Frankie Avalon, they were all like these pretty guys. And the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan. There was John Lennon. He looked like a guy I would know. The Beatles just looked like working class guys, like kids in my neighborhood. And Lennon had this look in his eye, looking at the TV camera like, oh, you know, like, I can't say it on TV, but it was...
Well, he did.
It was an expression we all use once in a while. And I said, that's something I could do. That's something my friends and I could do. I mean, you don't have to be a pretty boy. You don't have to be manufactured by some agent in Hollywood. We can actually do that. They wrote their own songs. They played their own instruments. And they looked like they were having a good time. They didn't take it all that seriously either. Like they had a good sense of humor. And John Lennon always had that look in his eye, like he was just about to do something insane. I love that.
Now, you tried your hand at boxing, didn't you? How far did you get?
Didn't far enough to get my face changed. I wasn't a pro boxer. I boxed amateur. It was a police boys club, and we'd have intramurals with the Golden Gloves guys. And but I got punched around pretty good. About 26 fights. And then I realized, I was thinking about actually going into boxing, and I met the New York State champion, this guy Bob, and he says, boxing could be a very good career. You know, just keep your nose clean, you keep your head down, you keep your left down. I said, I don't know about this. And I was actually starting to make a living as a musician at that particular time, so it was one or the other. And I decided, you know, to go stay with music.
Did it actually affect your looks at all?
Yeah, well, I used to have a cute nose. I used to have a little pug nose, and I kind of lopsided nose now, and I got a few extra pop-out veins. But my mother says it gives me character.
Good old man. Well, you claim you're not photogenic. I wonder if you would fancy a part in The Equalizer, that kind of show.
Acting scares me. I don't know how these people do. Acting is tough. You know, music is... I can hide behind a piano or a guitar. Acting, you're out there all alone, and...
No, that's what we spend our time doing, hiding behind a character. I mean, you know, you're acting. The way you sing is superb acting. You know, I mean, you put over a number, which is the most difficult form of acting.
But I write my own material. I'm lucky that way, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to be able to write my own plays and do them, but unfortunately, I can't.
Stay with Singing in the Rain.
Want me to do it again? You don't want to get. You want it now, do you? No. I can see about it.
But you've made your movie debut as a dog.
Oh, it's right. It's out here now. Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I get sent scripts. They want me to be an actor. I don't want to be a movie star. I just want to be a musician. But I love the movies. I love going to the movies. And I had a little girl 4 years ago, and I got offered to be the voice of an animated Disney character.
So you had to do it, of course.
I mean, I could be like Jiminy Cricket or something,
Yes.
which would be a hero to your kid.
Yeah.
So they said, you want to be the Artful Dodger,
Yeah.
played as a dog, as a New York City dog. I said, perfect. Remember Leo B. Gorcey?
Bowery Boys.
Yes.
Kids, yeah.
I modeled the voice after Al Elijah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was this tough dog. And they first drew the dog out. It was this real skinny, mangy dog. Then they saw me. They kind of beefed up the dog a little bit, you know, and it kind of made the face a little lopsided. But it was fun to do. I didn't have to be in front of a camera. I'm not comfortable in front of a camera. But I could be in a recording studio where I'm comfortable and just do dialogue.
And did your daughter appreciate this?
Yeah,
Did you get respect that you'd never had before?
I was a hero for a couple of hours. You know, Daddy, you're a nice dog, you know.
You're here in concert. You're going to be rather here in concert in May, aren't you? Are you going back to the Eastern Bloc now that the Iron Curtain's gone to the cleaners?
I'd like to. If they can join the international market, they don't have a lot of money, and it's very difficult to get the wherewithal to go there and play. I played the Soviet Union. They don't really pay. And what they do pay is in rubles. You can't take the rubles out, and you can't buy anything with the rubles because there's nothing to buy. Well, they let us out, yeah. This is a few years ago.
Oh, I know. I saw the... I've seen you. I disagree when you say you hide behind your piano or whatever. I think you have a fantastic stage presence. And
yeah, but the piano helps. You know, I get done behind it if I get worried, you know.
yeah.
Do you have good memories of Russia?
I wouldn't call it the most fun place in the world to visit. It's not like Disney World. But the people there are the most phenomenal people. They remind me a lot of Americans in a way. They're very similar to
Except they all wear hats.
Not in the summertime. It gets hot there in the summertime. In the winter, yeah, they have those hats. But they were terrific people, and they love all the Western popular culture. That's how they know us, and in a way, I think it's the best way for us to. They love our movies, they love our fashion, they love our music, they love T-shirts and bubble gum and all that junk food, and you know, any food they love actually.
They're funny like that. You've had such success, Billy, that it seems difficult to comprehend that you actually contemplated suicide. In fact, tried it twice.
Well, it was twice within 3 days, so it's like a one 3-day suicide binge, I guess. I make fun of it now. No, at the time I was, you know, going through this age, which is a difficult age, you know, 20, 21, and adulthood, you're looking at it, and I was a musician. I wasn't doing very well. I'd broken up with a girlfriend. Who needs another failed musician? What am I going to do with my life? And yeah, I got real down. I took myself a little too seriously. And then eventually I ended up going into an observation ward. I said, just check me in here. I think I'm going to do myself in. And I saw people who had real problems. I mean,
but did you actually...
But you were aware. That's interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't...
Not at all. I mean, it's just general chat. I mean, did you make a definite attempt? I know you've been quite light-hearted about it, and you still feel...
Yeah, I took a bunch of pills once, and I woke up in a hospital. And that was... you know, I'm glad it didn't work. And one time I drank furniture polish right after that. I looked in the closet. I said, I'm going to kill myself. And then there was a bleach, and then there was Pledge, I think, furniture polish. I said, well, which one's going to taste better? I was really thinking like this. I drank the Pledge, and kind of went right through me. I ended up just polishing my mother's furniture for it. I laugh about it now, but at the time it was you know, it was a drag.
She must have been very upset.
She was. But the furniture looked great.
Mahogany, of course. No, it sounds rather like... And then you went into this observation base, a bit like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's what it was like.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. I knocked on the window. I said, hey, I'm okay. These people are crazy.
Yeah.
Sure, here's your pill. Just go away. You know, take your pill. But it's the best thing I ever did because I really never felt sorry for myself after that. I never looked.
Did you ever write music about it?
I wrote a song.
No, I mean about the hospital, the place you went. Because I keep thinking of Nurse Ratched and lobotomies and all that.
I actually wrote a song called O2, which was the name of the observation ward, but it was kind of grim. I put it away. It just was.
It's because you're a writer. One would think that would be an invaluable experience as a writer.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like Dostoevsky and you want to write that kind of thing, yeah, it would be great. But for me, it was it's just a little too. I keep thinking if there's somebody on the edge of doing themselves in, they heard that song, they'd probably push them over the edge. So I didn't want to write it. You know what I mean?
Did they give you tests that were significant?
They showed me these ink blots. I said, I don't know, it looks like two bears dancing. I don't know, just get me out of here. But which was the healthy response, I think, was like, just get me out of here. Get me out of here. These people are sick, get me out of here.
Are you going to rock on forever? Are you going to tour forever?
I hope not. I mean, I got a family now. I'm very happy to be home and be real boring, to tell you the truth. But I like to play. I do like to play. I just don't like to be away from my family and spend a lot of time in hotels with matching furniture. I don't like that. New soap. You know the new soap?
No.
You just get the soap opened up, you get it good, and then you come in the next morning, oh, they wrapped it in new soap. You got to open it. I hate that.
You must write a song called New Soap. I can hear it now. But let's talk about your new single, because I very much would like to hear that. So you're going to do it for us. But before you do that and burst into song, let me say thank you very much indeed for coming. Billy Joel.
Thank you.
And B. Arthur. And Edward Woodward. And thanks for your company. See you next week. And now Billy Joel goes to extremes.